You're driving home from dinner. Maybe you had one glass of wine 2 hours ago. You feel fine because you are fine. Then the lights hit your mirror. The officer walks up, and before you've even reached for your license, he leans toward the window and says 5 words built to unravel your whole night. I think I smell alcohol. Here's what I need you to understand in that exact moment. That officer cannot make a DUI case on his own. What he actually has, a broken taillight, the hour on the clock, 5 words about a smell, is rarely enough to convict anybody. He needs more. And here's the part that should stop you cold. The more comes from you. You hand it to him. Almost everybody does, and they never even feel it happen. So forget the 100 things you think you're supposed to say tonight. Forget trying to be charming. Forget trying to explain your way out. There are only 3 things that officer is trying to pull out of you, and if you give him none of them, most nights you drive home. Your words, your performance, your consent. Give him all 3, and you've built his whole case for him. Lock all 3 doors, and he's left with almost nothing. My name is Marcus Kane, and I've spent 22 years defending these cases. And I'm going to walk you through every one of those doors and the exact words that keep each one shut. Start paying attention now, because the first door is the one people throw wide open in the first 10 seconds, before they even realize the stop has begun. The first thing he needs? Your words. Go back to those 5 words at the window, because that sentence is the whole trap. I smell alcohol is not an observation. It's bait. They train for it at the academy. Think about it for 1 second. Alcohol is odorless. It has no smell at all. What a person can smell is the drink, the beer, the wine, whatever it was in. The officer knows that better than you do. So when he tells you he smells alcohol, he isn't reporting what he found. He's opening a door and watching to see if you'll walk through it. And people walk through it every single time. Because the instant you hear those words, every nerve in your body screams, "Explain yourself." "Officer, I only had 1 beer. I had dinner 3 hours ago. I'm fine. Here, smell my breath, I promise." It feels like cooperation. It feels like you're clearing the whole thing up. You are doing the exact opposite. Every one of those sentences gets recorded and saved for the day it's used against you. "I only had 1 beer" is not a defense. It's a confession that you were drinking. "I had dinner 3 hours ago" is not small talk. It's a timestamp a prosecutor hands an expert to calculate your blood alcohol level in front of a jury. And "smell my breath"? You just consented to a search and handed him more evidence for free. 3 helpful little sentences, and you've built half his case. Now here is the fact they are praying you never learn. It is not illegal to drink and drive. It is illegal to drive while intoxicated. 2 completely different things. And courts across this country have drawn a hard line. The odor of alcohol standing alone is not enough to arrest you. Kansas said it in State versus Stevenson. North Carolina said it in Atkins versus Moss. Tennessee, Alaska, Ohio, Wyoming, Colorado, Wisconsin, Louisiana, Washington. The same ruling over and over. The smell alone does not prove impairment. So his opening move, "I smell alcohol," is a starting line, not a case. He needs more, and the bar he's trying to clear isn't proof beyond a reasonable doubt. It's probable cause, and that bar is low. The single easiest scrap of evidence he'll ever collect is the words coming out of your mouth. That's why you don't give them to him. Here are the words that keep this door shut. Learn them cold. "Officer, I'm exercising my constitutional right not to answer questions about what I've had to eat or drink. Am I free to go or am I being detained?" Every piece of that is doing a job. "I'm exercising my constitutional right not to answer questions." That's your 5th Amendment right, plain and simple. Once you've handed over your license and insurance, you are under no obligation to keep talking, no matter how friendly or how hard he turns. About what I've had to eat or drink, this is surgical. You're not refusing to speak to him, you're declining one topic, so there's no honest way for him to write combative and uncooperative in his report with the body cam rolling. And am I free to go or am I being detained forces him off the fence. Let you leave or justify holding you? That question drops the burden back on him where it belongs. He'll push. Count on it. If you've got nothing to hide, just tell me what you drank. That's another door. Don't step on it. Your backup line. Officer, I'm again exercising my right to remain silent, and I won't answer any further questions until my lawyer is present. One warning, because people get this wrong in the other direction. Silence done badly is its own trap. Get rude, stonewall him, ignore him, and the report reads, suspect was combative and uncooperative, and a jury gets told that attitude was a sign of intoxication. Stay calm, stay polite. Say your lines once and hold the line. The second thing he needs, your performance. Say he doesn't like you knowing your rights, so he orders you out of the car for field sobriety tests. Under the Supreme Court case Pennsylvania v. Mims, yes, he can make you step out. Don't fight that. Step out. But whether you perform those tests is a completely different question. And here's what almost nobody knows. They are voluntary. In every state. And you had better understand why refusing is the smart play, because these tests are designed to be failed. You can be stone cold sober and still fail. Take the walk and turn. 9 steps, heel to toe, a specific turn, 9 steps back. Start a half second before he says go. Clue against you. Do a 2-point turn instead of the 3-point turn he described 10 seconds ago. Failed. Lift your arms an inch to keep your balance. Clue. And you're doing all of it on loose gravel, at night, with headlights in your eyes and your heart pounding. Understand what these tests actually are. They were never built to prove you're sober. They exist to harvest clues that you're not. He's watching for a list of indicators, and he decides on the spot whether he saw them. No machine, no scoreboard, no objective readout, just his judgment, written into a report about a person he already suspects. That is not a fair fight, so don't step into it. Officer, I'll only agree to perform these tests with my attorney present, after I've had the chance to speak with counsel. That same instinct covers the little handheld breath device he may pull out on the roadside, the one he calls a quick test to clear this up. In most states, that roadside device is optional too, and its number is often not even admissible the way the station machines is. Be careful here though, and this is where I have to be a lawyer. The station test after an arrest is a different animal. Refusing that one triggers implied consent penalties and automatic license suspension in most states. So know the difference, know your own state's rules, and if you decline the roadside handheld, do it the same calm way. Officer, I decline the roadside breath test. The third thing he needs, your consent. This is the last door, and it's the one people practically hold open for him. Once he suspects DUI, he wants inside your car, open containers, anything he can stack on top, and he'll ask for it casually, almost like a favor. You don't mind if I take a quick look, right? That word right on the end is pressure, engineered to get a yes. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unreasonable searches, but the second you consent, that protection is gone. You waive it, so don't. Here's the line. Officer, I don't consent to any search of my car or my person. Say it clearly so the body cam catches it. It doesn't guarantee he won't search anyway, but now he needs a warrant or a real legal exception, a much higher bar. And if he searches without one, your lawyer has something to work with. Consent hands all of that away for free. Watch it play out. Now let me show you why this matters, because it's the same night, two completely different endings. Go back to where we started. You, driving home from that dinner. 1 glass of wine, 2 hours ago, genuinely fine to drive. Stopped for nothing but a broken taillight. The officer leans in. I smell alcohol. Have you been drinking tonight? The wrong way, the way almost everyone goes, you say, just 1 glass of wine with dinner. He notes the admission. You step out, you try the tests, you wobble because you're nervous. He writes down 6 clues. You blow into the handheld, 0.04, under the limit, but now he keeps going. He asks to search, you say sure, and he finds a half-empty bottle from a party last week. Now you're facing a DUI and an open container charge, stone cold sober. The right way, using all 3 doors. Officer, I'm exercising my right not to answer questions about what I've had to eat or drink. Am I free to go, or am I being detained? He asks you to do the tests. I'll only perform tests with my attorney present. He pulls the handheld. I decline the roadside breath test. He asks to search. I don't consent to any search. No admission, no failed tests, no number, no search. He has almost nothing to take to court, and many nights you drive off with a ticket for the taillight. Same wine, same night, completely different life. 3 things he needs from you: your words, your performance, your consent. Give him none of them, calmly and politely, and you take his whole case off the table before he ever builds it.